Hello, chat. Welcome to the stream. It's Wednesday. Speaking of, chat member is spamming, "I hate you, Vinny. Why would you announce the album on a random Wednesday?" Chat member, this album was announced a while back, multiple times. You don't need to spam. That's okay. It's Wednesday, my dude. But tomorrow will be the premiere at 11 p.m. Eastern. Go to redvoxband.com. It'll have the Twitch embed. It'll be a special event. It'll be a special occurrence. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Chat. Before we begin, there's a couple things we need to cover in the pre-stream here. One is... so, this discussion of me talking about Final Fantasy VII Part 3 and Hamaguchi, the lunch I had with him, was kind of apparently going around as if it was breaking news. This guy, that's me. And it's fine. I mean, the problem is, what I've learned is Final Fantasy fans are currently starved for news, and they're blaming journalists for asking the same three questions. Now, when I was at the lunch, I asked, can I tell my audience about this lunch and about stuff we talked about? And they said yes. So I told you all about it. The problem is, what I didn't realize is that people are so starved that they took my wording as some weird thing, confirming a specific aspect of the game that I didn't mean to confirm because I didn't get that information. So in the original, Cloud and Tifa are in the live stream, and they're putting Cloud's psyche back together, basically. Sorry for the spoiler. Game came out 30 years ago, almost. And that's the original. So that's what Hamaguchi said was the scene he was looking forward to most doing for Part 3, and he said that they did a good job with it, and people liked it. That's basically all I said, but because I used the term Cloud and Tifa, people thought I confirmed that it's 100% Cloud and Tifa in that scene. So I didn't even consider that they might be doing something different for Part 3, which maybe they will. Maybe other characters will be there. People seem to think Aerith is going to be there for some reason. But, no, the way I explained it was the scene in the original with Cloud and Tifa. That is the scene he was most looking forward to, and that they nailed it. They did a great job. Not that Cloud nailed Tifa. Some of the takes I saw were ridiculous. Because, again, people are so starved. And there's this, incredible, the fandom, there's a war between Aerith and Tifa. And I'm going to tell you something, chat. I've been a fan of Final Fantasy VII since I was a kid. And I know that the biggest fans of Final Fantasy VII have never played it. But I'm not one of them. I played it. And I'm going to tell you something. Tifa and Aerith would hate that. They don't want you arguing about that because they're friends. And Aerith would be happy for Tifa because, you know, her and Cloud. But also, it was unfortunate circumstances. So, I really like how they did that in the original. And I like that there's kind of a what if. But circumstances lead one way. And I think Tifa was the person in the original that was the best for Cloud, that leads to the live stream thing. She was strong enough to put all those memories together for him. Blah, blah, blah. You don't need me to say this. None of this will be seen by any of the same fans that saw it. I'm glad they're happy. I didn't want to misrepresent the gooch. I wanted to make sure that people knew that I didn't know anything other than that was the scene he was excited about. You know what I mean? So, it's just funny how that all went down. And speaking of misinformation, the amount of misinformation on the internet is nothing new. I talk about it. You talk about it. We all talk about it. We know it. But this made me laugh really hard. This was on X, the Everything app. Grok put this together. So here's what Cox said. Content creator Vinesauce Joel recounted Hamaguchi's enthusiasm during the meal with journalist Jason Schreier. Which he was there. Saying the team nailed the emotional sequence where Tifa aids a fractured Cloud. So yeah, I just thought that was funny. And then there's other stuff talking about Unreal Engine 4. Tell me this is a troll. No, dude, this is real. This is what Grok summarized it as. I saw another one that said Vinny, but this one said Joel. What if Joel was there, and I have a fractured psyche, and I need Tifa to put my mind back together? What if I... What? Wait a minute. Who was at the Shinra Manor that day? What really happened all those years ago in Nibelheim? Was it Joel? Was I just a Shinra soldier? Oh no. Damn. Well, anyway, that's the story. That's the story. That's the story, chat. But I really do, I have a lot of excitement for Final Fantasy VII Part 3. Even though Rebirth was something that I thought didn't hit every single beat perfectly, it was a hell of a thing as a fan for most of my life. I really enjoyed it. And I do feel like this is going to be a tough one because you really have to figure out how to tie everything together. You have to have all of these different plot threads that they're doing different things from the original, kind of. And then bring them together and have it be satisfying and not upset every single fan of the original. But also do something a little bit different. It's so crazy. It's going to be a huge thing. But I personally can't wait to see Rocket Town. The snowboarding stuff. In the north, Icicle Inn. I can't wait for, again, the live stream sequence. That's one of my favorites. I told Hamaguchi that, as a kid, that was a very meaningful scene for me because that was, you know, when you're in your teens, you're finding yourself, and that was a scene that really resonated with me. And Tifa and Scarlet slapping the shit out of each other. I can't wait. So, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Now, chat, tonight I'm playing Ratchet & Clank for the first time. I've never played it. Maybe a demo. But I'm excited to check out the game. I've seen a few people say there's a favorite of theirs, so... it's pretty cool. And then we'll finish Half-Life Insecure. So... this is the PS2 version. And, yeah. Before we begin, I have a special guest. Very important special guest for just a moment. And we're going to talk about something very important. Something that needs to be discussed. My special guest is Regaulity. Hi. Your audio is not working. Yeah, you got nothing. Let me make sure I'm not muted. No. Can anyone hear him? Vinny, I hear him. Wait, really? Oh god, Discord. Oh my god. No? Oh. Is this a bit? No? Oh my god, my speaker is the fucking DualSense wireless controller on Discord. Are you kidding me?
You're doing the bit.
That wasn't a bit, Reg. I hear you now.
That was a good bit. That was a good one. That really got me. My sides are split.
My controller did a bit on me. Why does that? I plugged it in and it's like, your audio is now all PS4 control. 5 we're up to? Hi, Reg.
Hello.
Reg,
give me the title of Cookie Scientist?
Cookie Scientist would be one. I mean, you are a food scientist, which I didn't know so much about you. I've heard of your chili. I've heard of a lot of experiments you've done with food. And,
It's yum.
why don't we tell the people what yeah, ranch expert. Why don't we tell the people what's happening here today?
So you had a new cookie invention, and a lot of people were inspired by it. And a lot of scientists, such as myself, thought we should take this further and take it to darker and darker places.
Yeah.
And we conducted an experiment. It was the first one where we tried to replicate cookie stalactylization, as we're trying to call it, terminology-wise, and to produce optimal droppings when we make cookies.
Yeah. Now I'm going to show that image. Hang on one second. I said I was going to gather the materials.
Please.
Show us the what?
Show us the hole, please.
Okay. Is this what you wanted to see?
Yeah. So, what we're trying to achieve here is we are trying to create optimal cookie droppings. So we have created cookie holes. So we're trying to replicate the natural stalactylization process that occurs in cave in nature. So we have created dedicated holes and filled them with butter and then put cookie towers atop them so that during the air frying process, which is how you should cook cookies, yes, and then you smush down and then it help extrude. And then when you go to air fry, the cookie droppings will drop spectacularly, and we hope for optimal stalactylization in this process. In this initial test, we also, if you can clearly see, these are two different cookie batters. One is extra goopy, and the other one is normal. It's our control. Yeah, and that's before the baking process started.
So I unfortunately didn't use the air fryer during my experiment when I did the double chocolate cookies, and what ended up happening was the cookies were still good at the top, and I used the pizza tray similar to this, but it ended up dropping down and burning. So that's the problem, is they can burn very easily, which is why the air fryer seems to be a good strategy.
Yes, and the butter holes, the butter pockets, as we're calling them.
That's new to me. I didn't have anything to do with these butter pockets, but I think it's a great idea. Here, I'll show you what many have lovingly referred to as rat droppings, just in case chat hasn't
there was optimal droppings here. That we had a lot of dropping.
Now we're going to show you the difference between Reg's droppings and mine, which I would say Reg had the superior droppings. These were my droppings during my experiment with the pizza tray. As you can see here, they came out really rat shit like, which is not this wasn't what we wanted. I didn't want this. I didn't want this at all. So yeah. So, and then what I ended up doing, just so you can see what inspired some of this, is I combined two doughs myself, and this is before the rat droppings. This dripped down. So what I learned is the oven burns. So Reg used the toaster oven, the air fryer, or is it an air fryer?
It is an air fryer toaster oven combination. It's an advanced tool that we use in the industry.
Wow. All right. Well, let's continue along with your particular version of the experiment. So I'm going to show the video now. Is that good?
Oh yeah, show the droppings, please. We had some good drippage, really good drippage, really optimal.
Yeah. No, they look nice. Yeah, that's a good.
Oh, they're delicious. Oh yeah.
So I'm going to show the result of the drop. I'm going to show the droppings now. All right. And chat. Apparently, these were delicious.
Oh, I have them in front of me right now. They're scrumptious.
I think you said 10 out of 10.
Oh, like legitimately 10 out of 10. It added so much to the texture. Imagine like the crispy edge of a crispy cookie that's like perfectly done. It's just, that's all it is. It's wonderful. It's lovely.
Man.
So the stalactylization didn't really occur, which is very sad and disappointing, despite the control and the extra goopy batter. But the actual droppings are delicious. I mean, I have them right here. Like,
yeah.
That's the post. That's the post.
Right. And then there's another in process early, and then I have also a photo of the cookies that Reg got those droppings from. So not so much stalactite, but but definitely
No,
good
they didn't really keep
droppings.
good, great droppings. The cookings were wonderful. It was an excellent technique. Yeah, I can only think of how we're going to take this further, honestly, since the droppings are such a success. I
Yeah,
mean,
so I think you did great. Thank you for
mhm.
doing this.
Of course, I have some other cookies in the future. This was a technique experiment, but we have some recipe experiments coming up. I have one coming up tomorrow. Uh, God should fear me, and then after that, I
Mm.
was thinking, Italian food is famous for being delicious, but there aren't really any Italian desserts. Like Italian food is famous for not having any desserts.
What?
So I was thinking about making Italian cookies.
Okay, man, if you say so, sure. Yeah, I go for it, man. Yeah,
People in the chat are saying cannoli. No, that's not real.
I can show you a real cannoli.
Okay, show me a cannoli. I
I'll
don't
sh-
believe that's real.
I know that sounds weird, but one day I can prove to you that cannolis are real. I'm just saying. All right. Um, well, Reg has another experiment coming up. I myself am currently focused on other ventures, but I may return to this, and I may try
Get
the
back in the
same dough.
kitchen
What's
and
that?
try it out. You gotta get your stalactites going. I believe in you.
I think I can do it with the dough I had originally and get it similar to the ones that look like a platform in Zen from Half-Life. I think I can get a further version of that. And then also, Zot will be experimenting with very interesting. I'm not going to spoil it, but Zot will be a guest on the. Zot will be a guest on the stream next week, more than likely, and we will discuss his results. So
Zod is one of our greatest researchers. We're really proud to have him on the team.
we are, yeah. It's a really nice team we have, and we're going to figure this thing out. We're going to crack it, but. If you want to get some delicious droppings, then you know how to do it now, chat. And apparently, they're excellent. You could probably throw them on ice cream. So,
I'm
not
gonna
a
have them
bad.
with ketchup.
All right, bye, Reg.
Bye.
He didn't say ketchup, did he?